Take last question, Shabir. Sir, last question.
She's the boss. She's the boss.
Last question, Shabir. We are done. Okay.
यार मैं क्या करूं अब?
Thank you so much for doing this briefing today, and I'm sorry for the whole catastrophe situation in Pakistan. This is Mariam Ramadi from Afghanistan International. I have two questions for you. One is on Afghanistan, of course, as an Afghan woman and Afghan journalist, and one is on Iran. I'm going to start with Afghanistan. 1 year ago, when the Taliban took over Afghanistan, the Pakistan government was telling the international community to don't push Taliban, be patient with Taliban, and give them a little bit of time. 1 year has passed. The Taliban are behaving worse than they were before. Human rights, women's rights, and not to mention the situation at the border. They had many conflicts with Pakistani officials at the border. People have been killed there. What is the position of Pakistan on the Taliban and their behavior in the region and inside the Afghanistan right now? Has the position changed? Can you tell me about that?
So I think that all of us, everyone in the region, in the neighborhood, but also the international community, wants to see a peaceful, stable, prosperous Afghanistan where all citizens, regardless of gender, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of their various religious beliefs, enjoy the fundamental rights that all citizens across the world should enjoy. And as far as their quest, the interim government's quest to have their government recognized internationally, I believe it would be helpful for them in achieving this goal if they were to live up to their commitments, and not only with the people of Afghanistan, the international community, but all of us in the region. Amongst those commitments are indeed the commitments on women's rights and women's education, the use of their soil, or sort of not to allow the use of their soil for terrorist or cross-border terrorist activity, and some sort of inclusive setup. While it has been a year, and I hear you that there is a lot of impatience about the progress being made so far, I'm still hopeful and will continue to engage in order to encourage that we do achieve those aims, because I believe it is not only in my interest, it's in the people of Afghanistan's interest that we do get there. I just want to go back to the issue of women's rights within Afghanistan. I understand that it has been a year. But along with the rights issue, we've also seen a deterioration of the humanitarian situation in Afghanistan and the economic situation in Afghanistan. We dread an economic collapse in Afghanistan. And my fear is that if the international community does not mobilize, does not live up to what the UN Secretary General has been saying about their commitments vis-a-vis the economy in Afghanistan, and we do see a complete and utter collapse of their economy, then like theocratic, autocratic regimes in the past, rather than an extension of rights for their citizens, we'll see a contraction of rights for their citizens. And that is why Pakistan and other countries continue to advocate not only for engagement, but also for a joint effort to ensure, in the greatest interest of the Afghan people, that we address the economically fragile situation in Afghanistan.